podcast listeners.
Book babes and book bros.
Welcome to Book Babble. I'm Rachel,
And I'm Tanya, and we're the Witlet Women, your host for the day.
and today we have Lauren with us. Lauren, would you like to give an introduction to us?
Yes, hello. My name is Lauren Rowe, and I am a romance author known for spice, banter, feels, and I am really excited to be here.
Well, we are elated to have you. Um, so I will put 5 minutes on the clock. Lauren, are you ready to babble?
I'm ready.
All right. Oh, I just accidentally exited out of my clock timer instead of hitting start. Okay, here we go.
All right. So, first question is, what inspired you to become an author?
I've been writing since I was literally like 8 years old.
Wow.
And then I was a lawyer and then I got cancer. And I decided it's now or never to do this as a living. I stopped being a lawyer, became an author, and haven't looked back.
That's
I'm
so
supposed to be like
inspirational.
fast, right?
Wow, yeah,
Yeah,
fast.
that's just super
I'm
inspirational.
in
Yeah.
shock. Okay, next question. Which character do you personally connect with or identify the most with?
Probably Kat Morgan. She's the aspirational version of me. She's not really me, but she is so comfortable in her own skin and she just absolutely doesn't give a fuck. And I really want to be like her.
I
I
love her,
love
by
that.
the way.
So, what did inspire you to write these stories specifically?
I wish I knew. I mean, they come to me and it's like they beam into my head, and then all of these people seem real, and I just love it so much. And I don't even understand the process myself. It's magic. I don't get
It's
it.
it
I
sounds
honestly don't.
magical.
I love it. I love it.
I
So,
love that. Yes.
yeah, with all of these characters beaming down into your head, do you have any secrets that you can tell us about that or about them?
Secrets
Yeah,
about
like
that or
secret.
them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one secret is just that, what you see on the page and what you finally read is so much work gone into it, so much love and work and blood and sweat and tears and soul to make every sentence sing and every joke land and every feel like it's hopefully feels kind of like I just sat down and went, here you go. But the secret is that I'm not nearly that funny in real life. I'm not nearly that clever. And I have to go back over and over and over to just make it what hopefully feels fairly effortless by the time you read it. That's really the truth.
I would have to disagree because you are hilarious so far. So,
So,
Sometimes
uh,
people are like, oh, I just would really want to meet you. I know I'll just laugh and laugh. And I'm like, oh, you're going to be so disappointed in real life, you know?
no, I promise they won't be.
I love the dry humor so far, so you're good.
Yes. Sweat.
What is what's your favorite trope to write about?
Enemies to lovers is so fun because like that heat and that attraction is so delicious. But then like if you give them something real to gnaw on and chew on and it's like very real for both parties and very understandable for both parties and they're both right, oh, there's nothing as
Yes.
fun as that. I
Agreed.
love it all though, but I'm just saying that one flows out of me really fast. Although I
Yeah.
just finished Friends to Lovers that was so delicious to write. I had no idea it could be that fun. So you never know.
So, okay, I
Time is
was
running
first
out.
introduced to your writing with Hero, and I was stunned at the amount of, the just all the different detail you added to it. How much research goes into your writing and like the jobs that you have your characters in, such as firemen?
So much. You would be in shock. Let's take Hero as an example. So he is a firefighter. I went to my local firehouse. I called them and they kindly let me come. I was there all day. I interviewed no less than like 8 firefighters. Then they invited me on a ride along. I went on the fire truck, and from there they invited me to training that Saturday. I went to the cadet training where they were burning a house with propane, and I got to talk to everyone who had just come out of the burning house so that when I wrote my scene where there was a burning house, I had everything viscerally right. What they would say on the walkie-talkie was right. All of the training was right. And then I also, of course, the heroine is a physical therapist. I had a physical therapist that I consulted. I had a widow that I consulted. I was so detailed to get that book right. And it paid off because when I was writing it, I just felt like the people were so real. And then hopefully that translates when you read it.
It does, 100% does, yes.
And like writing his brother Keen, I interviewed a stripper at length. And I mean, half the things he said in terms of stripping were very accurate to the industry and to what this guy told me. So again, like I'm not just pulling this stuff out and like hoping it lands. Like I'm really, really, really trying to make these things as realistic as possible for you. Even
Oh
if they're
my
just like a
God.
funny, funny romance. I want it, what the people do for a living, I want to get that right.
That's so
Amazing.
awesome.
So really quickly to end one more question then. Do you have any advice for writers, for people
Yes,
trying
I
to write?
do. Yes, I
Yes.
do. Do not be paralyzed by the pursuit of perfection, my friend. You can edit when you have something on the screen, but you cannot edit a blank screen. So you must write the most mediocre thing, just get it down, say to yourself, what is the purpose of this chapter? What am I trying to do here? And then write it in like the most fifth grade fundamental English you can, and then edit it, make it sparkle, make it wonderful. Then you have something. I did not make this up, but I think it was Stephen King who said, push everything into the sandbox, all the sand. That's the first draft. And then you can make your sand castles.
That
That's my
is incredible advice. And I love the way you worded it as well. Because so many people want perfection right away, and that doesn't happen. Just
And I will say that is mine. I stole from Stephen King on the sand, but do not be paralyzed by the pursuit of perfection is all me. I came up with that. I say it all the time. And I'm being a little bit silly that I made it up. It's like, the only cool thing I've ever made up. But I just feel like it's so easy to remember and it's so true. And I just want anybody out there who aspires to write or struggles to write or is writing, whether you've written 30 books, 50 books, 0 books, you really need to give yourself permission to suck. It's that fear of sucking that keeps us all from just going for it. And
yeah.
what's the worst that can happen? Because especially with writing, you can always make it better. And in life, you can almost always make it better too. It's worth it. Just do it. Do it. You can do it.
Oh my gosh, that was such a phenomenal way to end our 5 minute AMA. So you made it through the round. We're going to post this part on our social channels, and then the full episode will be on Spotify and YouTube. So we're gonna just keep chatting.
Sounds
Um,
good.
so I wanted to rewind it back a little bit and talk about your journey to getting to being such an amazing author. So you started out as an attorney. How, like, can you talk to me about exactly what made you decide to pursue it? Like what was it about being an attorney that you didn't exactly feel fulfilled with?
Almost everything is not fulfilling for being an attorney. And I do want to rewind that undergrad at UCLA, I was a theater and film major, So, and prior to that, I was such a theater girly in high school and, a musical theater nerd and all of that. So it's not like out of nowhere, I'm like, I think I might be a creative type, like it's not like that was some revelation. It's more that I went into the family business to go to law school and then
Okay.
wound up sort of just going with the flow of what my life's expectations were within my family. And so being a lawyer was very gratifying in some ways, even though I made the joke that there was nothing about it I liked the actual work, the research of it, the writing of it, the analysis. But I just hate fighting and I hate conflict and I especially hate fighting over money
Yeah.
and especially hate fighting over corporations' money. Like what? Who's going to feel fulfilled from that? I'm sorry, if you feel fulfilled doing that, check yourself in the mirror. So, I then as I got cancer and this was now I don't know, 15 years ago. So it's been a long time and I'm clear all this time. But it was a really seismic shift in my life. And I realized, like, what am I doing? And so then while I was doing all of my treatment, chemo, radiation, surgeries, I decided to write my first book, which was not a romance. And it was under another name, but it got me my agent, it got me published, it got me into the world of that. And it made me realize, oh, I love this and I can never go back. So then I changed my name to Lauren Rowe, wrote my first book, which was called The Club. And I literally have never looked back. I've been doing it full time ever since I got really lucky with The Club. It allowed me to be a full-time writer right away. And that's what I've been doing ever since.
That is such a journey. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so wonderful to be able to You know, being a lawyer really did train me in terms of my writing. I think my writing is, I'm very jealous when I read other writers who are extremely poetic in the way that they write. I'm just not. I'm just having been a lawyer for so long. I'm extremely pragmatic in the way that I express what's happening in the story and what people are feeling. A lot of times I find that it's just the way it pours out of me. It's just a very logical approach almost like, and I wish I could be a little bit more flowery and interesting with the way that I portray certain things. But the upside is like you get the story in a very absorbable way and you can move through it and almost forget you're reading because the words don't really pop out at you very often. Sometimes occasionally there's a moment where you go, "Oh," but normally it's just coming at you like you're living it is the idea. It's almost like a screenplay the way that I write.
Yeah, and the attention to detail and the level of detail that you put into your books really contributes to that as well. And I think I feel like you can kind of attribute that to your training and your legal field, the legal realm.
100%. I mean, if I'm speaking to a jury back then, I had to be sure of my details. I'm in a court of law. I can't make
Right.
stuff up.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I was so lowly on the totem pole as a lawyer that of course I'm the one with all the boxes of documents and I have it all in my head, every detail and where it cross references and I get it right. So you're right, my training and then I would write appellate briefs and I had to substantiate everything I said with evidence. So I think it really crosses over. It's weird to say that because it's obviously a completely different kind of writing and it's all just fiction and it's in my head, but that training is still deeply embedded in my wiring.
Yes,
And I really feel like it comes through in my books. The way that they are portraying the information is just extremely, I don't know, absorbable, logical, backed up, meticulous,
I
I would
agree.
say.
Yeah. If you all haven't read any of Lauren's books, you really should because like I said, the level of detail is just phenomenal and I love
Thank
it.
you.
You don't always get that level of detail with romances just because typically they are shorter than like, say a fantasy book. But you do get that with your books, Lauren. So it's lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
of
not even
course.
something that I normally get praised for. I have a source of pride in it. It's just something that I enjoy for myself, and it helps me write the books. To have that level of detail, it's almost like, for instance, with Hero, when I met with all those firefighters, I had so many notes scribbled, so much that they told me, oh, here's what I'd say in the walkie-talkie in this situation. Here's what I'd feel. Here's what I'd think. They wrote the book for me in some ways, so it's really a cheat code too. It makes it easy because I'm like, oh, that made that easy, so
Yeah.
it's really a form of cheating too. But I take a lot of pride in it, and I'm really excited that that has resonated with you. So I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. I mean, I will never forget picking up Hero the first time. I can't forget that scene of the burning building. Like, it is ingrained because of how well you described everything. And I've seen that throughout your other books too. So, thank you personally for giving your readers that kind of experience.
Thank you so much. I just got chills.
Oh,
I'm not even kidding. Thank
oh,
you.
you're welcome. Of course. All right, so we are getting to the end of our time. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about specifically? I'll open the floor to you.
Yeah, can I just say two things? The first is I cannot thank my readers enough for reading my books and recommending my books and keeping me alive as a writer. I used to write even before there was anybody out there to read my books, and it was quite a pleasurable thing. And I'd still be doing it if no one were reading. But I'm not going to lie to you, people reading it is way better than
I mean,
writing it
yeah.
for myself. It's so much better. And I could not even possibly express the gratitude I feel. Number two, I have recently made a book with a deal with a traditional publisher called Kensington, and it's life-changing for me. It's a three-book deal. The first book, all three are football books, and the first comes out in January of 2026. And then there's going to be two more after that. And it's going so well that they have also purchased my Morgan Brothers series, of which Hero is the first.
I love the
And
Morgan Brothers
I do
series.
too. And they're going to be putting those out into bookstores and, new covers and the whole nine yards. So that's eight books with this publisher coming to you. And it's been life-changing. And I will tell you that the reason this happened is, again, because of you all, because you right here, because of the readers, because they saw that people really love my writing and they said, you know what, we're going to bet on you. And it's the best feeling in the world. Oh, and then last but not least, July 25th, my last self-pub for a while is coming out and it's called Spark and it's in my same universe and it features two musicians from Fugitive Summer who have already been seen, but they have never been the main characters. And these are the friends to lovers I mentioned. I've never written something quite this friends to lovers before because these two are like each other's person. They are so connected, but they've never crossed that line. And this book is how they cross that line, and it is delicious. So that's my big thing, my big pitch, and thank you for having me.
We are so, oh my gosh, congratulations. That is incredible. I'm so sorry if you hear my dog barking in the background. But that's amazing. Congratulations, Lauren.
Thank you
It's
very
so
much.
well deserved. And thank you for joining us. I'm sure we'll have you on again in the future.
I hope so. There's a lot going on for me, and I hope we'll have lots more to talk about soon. So thank you so, so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.